Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show that takes you around the Tri-Valley League, TVL Sports Net. I'm your host, Tom Nappy. On today's edition of TVL Sports Net, we take you around the league for some of the latest and greatest spring happenings. But first, we get started off with TVL headlines. Congratulations to Medway's Ella Taylor. The senior collected her 100th goal during Medway's game in Hopkinton. Here's a look at the goal.
He has it. Quickly upfield. They go. There's a shot and a score. That's going to be Ella Taylor, the captain. Good score for Ella. That comes at 6:12 left to go. 4-2 game. And we have, I think, a landmark score there for Ella. That's going to be her 100th goal. 100th career goal. Congratulations to Ella Taylor. And we'll stop for a little recognition. Certainly well deserved. 100 goals had it. Not easy to get. Very impressive stuff.
3 Mustangs signed letters of intent to compete in college athletics. Addie Lynn signed up to play volleyball at Framingham State. Matthew Olanu signed up to play baseball at the University of Maine at Farmington. And Zachary Arnpreister signed up to play lacrosse at Mass Maritime Academy. The Hopkinton Hillers recently hosted a ceremony for 12 athletes who will compete in college. Here's a look.
Tyler Walkowitz going to Westminster College in Pennsylvania.
My name's Cooper Goodman. I'm going to Rivier University in New Hampshire.
My name is Holly Paharic. I'm going to Boston College to play softball.
I'm Ashley Callery. I'm going to Union College for softball.
I'm Chris Wheeler. I'm going to Norwich University to play baseball.
I'm Fotini Gronzos. I'm committed for women's soccer at Clark University.
I'm Logan Sullivan. I'm going to Colby College. I'm going to do track and field.
I'm Josie Hopkins. I'm going to Colby College and I'm doing track and field.
I'm Bridget Kavanaugh. I'm going to the Catholic University of America in DC and I'm committed for cross country and track and field.
My name's Adriana and I'm going to the College of the Holy Cross and I'm going to be playing volleyball.
My name's Owen Silva. I'm going to Emmanuel College for soccer.
My name's Lila Mato. I'm going to Skidmore College and I'm playing lacrosse.
Dedham Girls Tennis hosted senior night. Dedham went 5-7 in their first 12 matches of the spring season. Millis and Norton celebrated the moms for Mother's Day prior to Millis taking a 7-5 win over Norton in an 8-inning game on May 8th. Millis went 3-9 through their first 12 games. Norton went 5-9 through their first 14. On the left, Medfield hosted a 5-town Special Olympics tournament. The athletes included Special Olympic athletes from Medfield, Ashland, Holliston, Medway, and Millis, and they competed hard on a fantastic day. On the right is Medfield's Mike O'Reilly, who placed second at the Coaches Invitational in shot put and discus. Congratulations to Mike O'Reilly on the great showing at the Coaches Invitational. Medfield's Michael O'Reilly also set the school record in shot put with a throw of 54 feet 4 inches. On the right, congratulations to Medfield Girls Lacrosse senior captain Navy Kelly for achieving 2 big milestones: 100 career goals and 200 career points. Medfield had some letters of intent signed. Ben Lusby is heading to Skidmore for lacrosse. Chloe McCormick is heading to Stonehill for track and field. Caitlin Marshall is heading to St. Lawrence for volleyball. Joey Nee will play golf at Bentley University. Kendall Herrick is heading to St. Anselm for lacrosse. And Lila Fain is heading to UMass Amherst for competitive climbing. Congratulations to Ashland Clockers alum Brandon Grover and Matt Neal. They helped lead Salve Regina to a NUMAC League Championship with a 6-5 win over MIT to cap off their incredible 33-7 season. On the left, Norton's Michael Ranieri set a new long jump record with 21 feet 8 inches. On the right, Holliston and Hopkinton baseball came together during their clash on the baseball diamond to raise money in the fight against ALS. Holliston took the win in the game on Thursday, May 8th, 3-0. On Sunday, May 4th, Hiller Girls Tennis collected a huge 3-2 win over Westwood. Swaya Patel and Arushi Kamra took the third set tiebreaker at first doubles.
Leg lift and the pitch. Swing and a miss. There's out number one. And an 0-2 count. And he got him. 2 away. Outside, walk drawn. 2-out walk. Runner on first. Nick Pedroli stepping to the plate. And this is ripped up the right side. That's going to get through. And that is going to be a 2-out single for Pedroli. 2 on, 2 outs. And the walk is drawn. A slightly high fastball, walk drawn, bases loaded for the Hillers cleanup hitter to the plate, Michael Sullivan. Well, it's certainly a pitcher's count, 0-2. And this is ripped up the left side. Here comes one run. Second run being waved around. He'll score as well, and the Hillers are going to win. A walk-off base hit for Michael Sullivan. A 2 RBI single wins the game. The Hillers are going to take it 9-8. Michael Sullivan rips one into left field. 2 runs score. Mitch Stimulus and Pedroli come around, and the Hillers take the 9-8 victory. Unreal. Westwood Girls Lacrosse is towards the top of the TVL Large, and Morgan Donahue of Westwood Media Center recently caught up with members of the team after their huge win versus Cohasset.
As of May 16th, Westwood Girls Varsity Lacrosse stood at 17-2. On May 7th, Westwood defeated Cohasset 14-11. It was a landmark victory against 10-1 Cohasset, who now stands at 13-2. Here's a look at some of the incredible highlights, followed by post-game interviews by Westwood Media Center's Morgan Donahue.
joined by some big players, game ball recipients of today's game, joined by Catherine Donnellan, Bridget Hughes, Olivia Shea. Girls, how you feeling after a big win over a Cohasset, very talented Cohasset team?
Yeah, I think we're feeling very good. Going into this game, we were pretty nervous because they were number 2, we were number 3, but we kind of got our confidence together, kind of hyped each other up, and got ready for this game and put our heads on straight and just like pulled through with the win. So yeah.
Absolutely. Start to finish, too.
It was great. It was a good team win. Everyone was incorporated, and like after knowing they beat Moses Brown, I think we did a good job making sure like nerves didn't get to us.
Yes, I agree. That we definitely all helped each other, and we were all pushing each other through. And in the defense, we've had some mistakes, but then we told each other what to do, and then we finished great.
I mean, the story throughout some of the big games has been explosive offense, and certainly had that today. But my goodness, the defense was terrific. Catherine, probably your best game of the season. Rumor has it you weren't a goalie. You know, when you started at Westwood, you were you played out. Talk a little bit about that. You know, how did you get into playing goalie, and how rewarding is it when you look back at not being a goalie, turning into a goalie, and then having a big game like you did today?
Yeah, it's really rewarding. I started out as a defender my freshman and kind of sophomore year. Then one of our goalies got a concussion. I just stepped in, and people said I should pursue it. So I kind of just stepped in, stepped up, and I've been getting great support from my coaches, my teammates, and it feels great.
Just right off the bat, big save like in the opening 10 seconds certainly set the tone today. And question for Bridget, when you guys are on offense and you see big saves like, you know, that you've seen out of Donnellan and great play by the D, how much does that fire you up on the offensive side, you know, to get after it and to match the energy that they're providing?
Definitely a lot. I think it also helps like telling us like we need to take care of the ball and like capitalize on the opportunity, because like Catherine and the defense worked so hard to get the ball up to us.
And talk about, you had 2 big goals. First one, Nas took it to the net, and the ball was just kind of there in traffic. You picked it up, put it in the back of the net. Second one, some great patience, and patience in a big game, which is kind of difficult to have. The nerves are there. How much has playing big-time opponents this year, last year, really made you more comfortable in these big games, you know, like you had today?
It's helped a lot with confidence and knowing like if I go, like I can always pull out, but I can also like hit, like I have Nas and Cece, they're always ready and there to support me.
And Olivia, big game out of you. The defense was terrific and getting some big turnovers out there. How rewarding is it to get a game ball and to be, you know, recognized for some great defensive effort out of you guys today?
It's so rewarding because in the beginning of the season, I did start off as midfield or I'd play attack, and I did not think I'd end up at defense. And Catherine and Kate were definitely a big help with that, telling me what to do and like building my confidence, and it's just really rewarding in the end.
How much of that is the culture, is just putting the team first and, you know, just doing whatever it takes to you know, get wins out here and chase after a state championship?
Yeah, the attitude is great. We all definitely have our backs and help each other throughout every game, no matter the circumstances. And yeah, it's just really great.
Right now, we check in with our good friends at Norwood Community Media to find out some of the latest Norwood Mustang happenings.
I'm Ron Marshalsea, and this is your sports update. The softball team took down Holliston 9-0, Medfield 9-5, and Ashland 10-6 this week. NCM was live with Joe Pinola and Matt Lane on commentary as the Mustangs grabbed the win over the Clockers Wednesday afternoon. Sarah Randall hit her second home run of the season, and Lauren Salvucci pitched the complete game. They host North Attleboro on Saturday the 17th at 10 a.m. The boys lacrosse team went 1-2 this week after a massive 14-8 win over Dedham, but dropped their games to Holliston and Ashland. They host Brookline and head to Hopkinton for their final 2 matchups on the 19th and 22nd, respectively. The girls lacrosse team now sits at 8-6 after a loss to Dedham on Monday, but a win over Holliston on Senior Day, 18-10, and dropping their Thursday game to Ashland. Their final 2 games of the regular season will be at Westwood on the 19th at 4:30, and then at Canton on the 21st at 6. The boys tennis team played 3 days in a row this week, but unfortunately couldn't grab a win in those matchups. They have 2 more games on the schedule, home against Medfield on the 19th at 3:30, and at Hopkinton on the 20th at 4:45. The girls' tennis team lost to Holliston and Medfield this week, but look to grab another win or two in their last 2 matches at Westwood on the 19th and home against Ashland on the 20th. The boys' volleyball team beat Westwood on Monday 3-1, but lost to Medfield on Tuesday. And that is all I have for this sports update. I'm Ron Marshallson.
I'm Ryan Murray. I'm on the Norwood track.
My name is Jaylee Maldonado Yanis, and I'm on the Norwood track team.
Hi, I'm Natalie Martin, and I'm on the Norwood track team.
Hi, I'm Braden Evans. I'm on the Norwood track team.
I'm on the Norwood track team. My name is Yomar Hernandez.
My name is Corey O'Brien, and I'm on the Norwood track team.
My name is Nate Boykin. I'm on the track team. I'm Gustav Breng on the Norwood track team.
My favorite TV show is probably Invincible.
My favorite stuff to watch is probably just scrolling on YouTube.
My favorite TV show is How I Met Your Mother.
My favorite movie or TV show is The Last of Us.
My favorite movie or TV show.
Tom Nappy here, and right now we are joined by the voice of the Westwood Wolverines, Morgan Donahue. Morgan, how are you?
Doing good, Tom. It's a pleasure being together. Had a lot of fun with you throughout the seasons, calling some games together as well as collaborating. Congrats on your first win in the games that we did. I think Westwood went 5-0 in like the first 5, and then you guys got the win in softball and baseball.
It was 2 wins because we won
Two
baseball
in one day.
and softball.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. A freezing cold day.
We didn't just get the first one; we got the second one as well. So maybe the tables are turning a little bit in that Westwood Hopkinton rivalry.
Oh, they're going to have a rematch this week, and it is a big time rematch for both baseball and softball. Looking for some revenge in the first go around, and both teams certainly different teams now, but certainly excited to talk about them, and as well as some additional TVL spring sports as well.
Absolutely. Let's get right into it. We're going to take you through the TVL standings, the new rankings just released, and we'll take it sport by sport and kind of run through some of the storylines. And speaking of storylines, we're going to start off with some storylines. Here's a couple big storylines right here. You got Medfield girls lacrosse, who's just having a terrific season. Mavie Kelly, their captain, 2 big milestones, 200 career points.
Incredible.
And also 100 career goals in their game and win against Mansfield. What an accomplishment, and what an athlete Mavie Kelly is.
Yeah, we called her name. I don't know if you remember, Tom, but she was a hockey player. I believe she was one of the captains on that state championship winning squad. What a season they had. I think they were a 13 seed coming into the playoffs. And, the old adage is you can do anything with a hot goaltender. And, the goaltender they had in Paraki, unbelievable in the run they went on. But Maeve Kelly was a big-time player for them. It pains me to say it as a Wolverine diehard. But I got to give a shout out to them, and also congratulations, Maeve. What a milestone for you! 200 career points, 100 career goals. That is remarkable accomplishment. Shout out to the head coach for Medfield, a Westwood grad, and Mary Lofna, and she's won multiple state championships since graduating Westwood. The head coach at Dover Sherborne as well, Tom. Another Westwood grad. So, wow. You know what? We're not
so much greatness coming from Westwood.
It is. It's hey, you want to win a championship? Hire someone out of Westwood. And then also shout out to Mia. Incredible accomplishment. No hitter. That is so difficult.
Yes, and that's the other piece of this I wanted to mention. Mia Vasta, Millis pitcher, a no hitter against Rockland, and Millis's 13-0 win.
That's so impressive to me because especially softball, the ball is in play more in softball than it is in baseball.
It is really a dogfight in this league. Looking at these standings, I mean, everybody's in there, and everybody has a chance to make the postseason too. There's no one really out of it, minus a couple teams. Everyone's in there. Holliston right now is the leader of the TVL Large at 12-5, but Westwood still very much in the race at 9-4. Hopkinton's in the race, but considering they lost to Holliston, that kind of hurt them a little bit, but they have beat Westwood, so they may have the tiebreaker on them, although you mentioned big game coming up this week.
Yeah.
As Hillers and Westwood will rematch. And then you got Ashland 8-8, Dedham 6-9, Norwood 6-8. And that Division III state tournament bracket, that is going to be a tough one. I mean, you got a team that's 8-8, ranked 47th.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That just shows that there's a lot of good teams. And I think you made a good point. We were talking the other day, and I'd like to see the tiebreakers come back, for the TVL, because when you have these head-to-head matchups, I like to see that tiebreaker. I like to see a single TVL winner, instead of sharing. It makes it more special. And, there's plenty of times it's so competitive that you're going to see a team that is sharing a TVL title with a team that they beat twice.
Hopkinton, Westwood, they're bolded. They've already clinched playoff spots, but of course, now's the time of season. You might have clinched that playoff spot, but you want those home games, so you're trying to rack up as many wins as possible.
Yes, and this is very competitive too, and for some reason it always comes down to Hopkinton and Westwood. And when you look at the talent on both teams, they are stacked.
Yeah, Hopkins ranked second in the Division II bracket, and Norton ranks second in the Division III bracket. Westwood already clinching a playoff spot. They're rolling. They're on a 5-game win streak.
Yeah.
They got a nice win against Hopkinton. About a month ago. They're going to be meeting up very soon. The boys and the girls teams will be meeting up once again. And Dover, Sherborne, and Medfield, they have clinched playoff spots. And when you're talking about TVL lacrosse, I mean, Dover, Sherborne, and Medfield, they're in there every year. They're just and Westwood too. Westwood's always in there.
Westwood and Medfield played early this season. Medfield got the best of them. They have a face-off guy who is probably the best in the state. He was All-American last year, Tom, as a junior. Wow. And he is picked up right where he left off. He's winning basically every face-off. And if you're winning face-offs, you got the ball in your stick more times than the other team does. So, they maximize that. They score a lot of goals. They're well coached. They're a top 5 team in the state as a D3 team, as a TVL small team, which just shows how incredibly talented they are. And that state championship game they won last year was at Westwood High School. They needed a field, and Westwood, the athletic director at Medfield gave a call to Matt Gillis, and they made it happen, I think, on a Saturday morning. So it was, they've got another stacked team that's primed and ready. Dover Sherborne, slow start, really picking it up as of late. They're always a talented team, always a tough team. They beat Medfield a couple years ago, which was like a really impressive win. Medfield typically will go undefeated in the TVL. And then when you look at like the TVL large, big game coming on Friday between Westwood and Hopkinton.
Westwood 16-1, the best record in the TVL. They have already clinched a playoff spot, plus some, probably a couple home games as well. Hopkinton and Ashland have clinched playoff spots by reaching that 10-win area. Actually, it's 9 wins in lacrosse because it's an 18-game season, 500 or better. So we got 3 in for sure. We'll probably for sure have more as well, but even some of these teams that are under 500, like Medway, still in that top 32. And Dover Sherborne 8-6, very competitive once again. But Westwood, I mean, they're pretty much running away with the TVL. It's going to be very tough for anyone to catch them at this point. There's one undefeated team in there, and they go by the name of the Hopkinton Hillers. 14-0. What a season they are having. It has been tremendous. Westwood, they've clinched a playoff spot as well. They're 9-3, and they're ranked 8th in Division II. Hopkinton ranked 1st in Division II. Medfield in the TVL small, they're dominating once again. And I believe Hopkinton and Medfield meet up. Or Hopkinton and Westwood meet up coming up. I know that.
Yes.
I'm not sure if they met up. Actually, they did meet up with Medfield. They defeated Medfield 3-2, so that was a very close match.
But kudos to the Hiller boys, undefeated.
Unbelievable.
Can they run the table? We'll see.
I saw today they're a top team by the Globe. So I don't know if it was top 10 or top 20, but they're a top ranked team by the Globe. There
Once
we go.
again, who's at the top
Look at
of the
that.
TVL
Look at
large?
that.
Hopkinton and Westwood.
So
it all comes down to that.
Medfield's lacrosse coach, Mary Loffner, her mom, assistant athletic director at Westwood, is the girls tennis coach at Westwood. So everything comes full circle, and that's an outstanding season. And it looks like it's both those looks like 8-3 in the league.
Oh, by the way, there's 2 undefeated TVL teams left. One of them was the Hopkinton boys tennis team. The other one is the Dover Sherborne girls.
Oh, yes. Wow.
12-0. And Dover Sherborne, they are just a powerhouse in tennis, especially girls tennis lately. What an amazing program. Tremendous athletes. They're trying to run the table as well. They're pretty close to clinching that TVL small. They likely will win that league title. And
Incredible.
the TVL large title, that's going to come down to Hopkinton and Westwood. I believe they beat up in Westwood coming up, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. I think it's Friday as well. It's been a great spring season so far throughout the Tri-Valley League, and we look forward to bringing you more happenings during the regular season and the playoffs. And that will do it for this edition of TVL Sports Net. A big thank you to the 12 access stations supporting this program. And for my production crew, I'm Tom Nappy. Thank you for joining us. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.